What is going on, King Recon here today, and I just want to talk about the reason why I love in experiencing One Piece weekly the way that I do, and the way that I have been doing for quite some time. You know, because I often hear the terms or the statement being thrown around that people really that they prefer the binging slash marathoning experience of One Piece to reading it weekly, because they believe it either moves too slow or, you know, whatever aspect it may be. And for me, I understand that, because, you know, experiencing the initial marathon and binge watch slash read of One Piece is absolutely amazing. But to me, why I love One Piece so much and why I'll always have it up there for me is because of all the memories, man, seriously. And a lot of these memories have been created because of experiencing weekly. You know, I just remembering back to whenever chapter 597 dropped, and I was in at the ending of that chapter, 1 month. We were gonna have to wait 4 freaking weeks. We were gonna have to wait a month until we got the next One Piece chapter. And just those 4 weeks of going through absolute hell, waiting to get the next chapter, because you were like, yo, seriously, what was going to happen next? And I went out there, I was searching for so many things. That's when I found the One Piece podcast. I listened to their 3-Day 2i extravaganza they had on their thing, and then finally, chapter 598 came out, and this is the reason why I have Return to Saba already so high on my favorite arcs in the series list. It's because of just, dude, man, come on now, dude. That first chapter dropped, when 598 dropped, and I got to see all the new designs, and it brought back the feel of One Piece again, and I was like, yo, this is mother freaking One Piece. And I was just so happy seeing all the strides come back together after that long. After that long, guys, it had been many years. It had been a couple years since we had seen them together. And it's like, dude, it's seeing them all come together. It's seeing them how they are now, and it was beautiful. And just going through that arc on a weekly basis was just so much fun. Like, because it was brand new. We really didn't know what was going to happen next, and it was a blast. And that's when I first found out what reviewing was. I went online, I searched One Piece chapter 498, and that's when I found a little guy called Sawyer 7 Mage. And my first ever review ever that I watched was Sawyer's for that chapter. And it was like, man, it really does bring back a lot of memories. And those are the type of memories that I'm talking about. Like, another one, it's just, whenever the One Piece community comes together, those are always the best moments, man. Like, just a couple different examples from the past couple of years of, like when in Punk Hazard, when Law cut the damn Dern, all of Punk Hazard in half. Like, all of us were going crazy together. That was a lot of fun. When chapter 700 dropped, and we found out the Doflamingo was going after Ace's fruit, or he had Ace's fruit. You know, the damn demon had it. The Sky demon had it. It brings back those memories, man, of experiencing weekly, always theorizing, always discussing it with everyone that you know. And that's into the series, and regardless of what it is, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, anywhere, you can always talk about the series, because there's so much to talk about, and on a weekly basis, just so much fun, especially since he packs so much into the series, or into each individual chapter. Another one, when those 3 weeks of ending on the Law getting wrecked cliffhanger, then when Big Mom showed up, we were all going crazy then. But then the craziest I had ever seen this community up until, you know, a couple weeks ago, for 731, yo, when the Sao reveal and everyone was putting out there. I mean, look, come on, it's freaking Lucci, all right, it's Lucci. And then, you know, going back into the Gear 4, when Gear 4 first dropped, I mean, all of us were going insane. When we saw the 4, and seriously, after I did my live reaction, I went out and I started watching multiples of them. It was insane. That's just what I love about it, because Oda includes these things to make us all go crazy and discuss it. We seriously, for 2 weeks, discussed what Gear 4 could be, and it didn't disappoint whatsoever. And then when 784 dropped, it was one of those another amazing, memorable chapters. Then when 795 came out, 795, this moment specifically for me, it was amazing. But Facebook was really, well, it made the Kaido chapter so much fun for me, because after I recorded a live reaction one on Facebook, we had a massive thread on Ibrahim, shout out to him, on his long posts for, because what we basically did, we did a whole bunch of things, like we said something random or something that correlated with the Kaido pick, and we would constantly post the Kaido pick. It became known as the Kaido meme, the one whenever he jumps off. And oh my gosh, we just had so many of those, that entire thread spanning thousands and thousands of comments. The memories, man. I was driving and I was trying my hardest not to crash because I was just having so much fun with this thread, and just going around with the Kaido pick. Just everything was 795. Everyone was going crazy because once again Oda shocked us all so much. Then 801 comes around. 801 comes around with the whole Sanji wanted alive, and I seriously, I love One Piece. I love experiencing One Piece weekly because of all the things that we can discuss and talk about on a weekly basis. And it's just the type of series that I love dissecting on a weekly basis, which is why I started YouTube in the first place. I started YouTube because I wanted to talk about the series weekly. I wanted to talk about the things that were going on. When Dressrosa was in its beginning stages, I said, you know what? I want to talk about this. There's no one that I knew at that point in time talked about the series. I wanted to get my opinions out there. So I said, you know what? I wanted to dissect every single individual chapter and discuss it / review it / analyze it. And that's what I did for a very, very long time, and I still do it. Now, of course, I've mixed it along with live reactions, but that's because, that's just, you got to move with the times, and the times call. So, yeah, but that's how it all started, man. Just the concept of reading it weekly and analyzing it, talking about it, and discussing it with the fellow people that love the series as much as you do. And that, to me, makes the weekly One Piece experience, it's so much fun, and to me, better than the initial binge. Because the initial binge, I went through by myself, and it was an amazing experience. But nothing compares to the weekly experience of getting to meet amazing new people every single week, getting to meet all these other awesome individuals who are extremely passionate about the series. Legend Max said it best. When you're passionate about One Piece and it really shows it, that's all that matters, man. All this other stuff that's going on, all the other drama that may go on, that at the end of the day, that's all that matters. If you really, truly love something and you want to talk about it, then do you. Do you, man. Seriously, and I love that so many of you out there are so passionate about the series that I seriously, I make a video in 360p, and some of you guys really do come back every single week and want to discuss and talk about the chapter with me, and it's something that really, really means a lot, and something that really helps out my weekly One Piece experience, because it's just so much fun. And it's just so awesome, and I just absolutely love it, being able, and it's really such an honor to have been able to experience this series weekly for the past freaking 6 years. It truly is something that I'll never forget, and YouTube has really helped out a lot with that, because just like I said before, meeting so many people all around the world that really love something as much as you do, it's always awesome sauce. So I'll leave it there on that note, guys. I just want to talk about why I love the weekly One Piece experience so much. And it's those amazing and shocking moments, man, like 795, 784, 801, the latest chapter 816, with the Vinsmoke 812. Like, this is all those chapters that all of us have had the honor of experiencing weekly, and then going on to any social media website and just talking about it and fangasming, having a blast, discussing it, theorizing. It's just so much fun, man. So I love it. I absolutely love being able to experience this series weekly, and I really want to thank you all for being on this journey with me.